handle of the Mosquito screen frame broke, so today I will fix that. At first I will remove the screws that hold the broken piece. I will use the broken piece to help me design the new one. First I will measure the distance from the highest to the lowest point of each hole. Next I will measure the diameter of the hole. I will make an approximate measurement for the size of the handle. I can barely see the marks where the old one has been. Finally, I will measure the depth, or in other words, the width of the metal profile. I will use the broken piece to measure the thickness of the plastic. Now let's open FreeCAD. Choose Part Design from the drop-down menu, then create a new document, a new body and a new sketch. I will select the XZ plane. Click on the polyline tool and make an L-shaped object as shown in the video. Try to make all sides either horizontal or vertical. I have to constrain only the top line horizontally. Now I will set the dimensions. The vertical line will be the handle and I will make it 25 mm. The horizontal line will be the side that is attached to the frame and I will set it to 18 mm. I need the thickness of the handle to be 3 mm, so I have to set the other two lines to 3 mm. Now the sketch is fully constrained and I can close it. Click on Path and set the length of the handle. In my case it should be 67 mm. Then click on OK. Select the face that needs to have the mounting holes and create a new sketch. I will rotate it so the handle is on the left. First I will make two circles for the holes. Now I will select both circles and set their diameter to 3 mm. I will create one point on each of the circles as shown in the video. Select the newly created points and the center points of the circles and constrain them vertically. It should look like this. This will allow me to set the vertical distance between the ends of the holes. In my case it is 37 mm. Click on the external geometry button and select the top and the bottom lines of the handle. Now create another point at the left of the top circle. Select the newly created point and the center point and constrain them horizontally. Now I will be able to easily set the position of the holes from the side edge. In my case it is 10 mm. Now I have to position both holes in the center of the handle. To do this, I will select the center point of the lower one and the lower right corner of the handle and I will set the distance to 15 mm. Now I will select the center point of the top circle and the upper right corner of the handle and I will check the distance. The distance is 18 mm. Click on Cancel and open the calculator. I have to add 15 and 18. The total distance is 33 millimeters. If we divide 33 by 2, we will get the correct distance to position the holes. Now I will close the calculator and I will correct the distance. Everything is done, so I can close the sketch. Now click on the Hole button. First, set the diameter of the holes to 3 millimeters. Choose Through All from the drop-down menu. Then choose Countersink from the Type menu. Now click on OK. It should look like this. Now you can select the edge of the handle and add a fillet to make it more comfortable to use. To make the angle stronger, you can select the inner edge and add a fillet as well. Now it should look like this. At this stage, you can click on the Model tab, then select the body and export the file as an .stl. This is another variation you can make. You can add the fillet to the inner edge. Then you can select the side edges of the handle. Now you can add the fillet and increase the radius to make the handle round. Please don't forget to support me by liking the video and leaving me a comment below. Another variation can be done if you select both side edges of the handle and add a chamfer instead of a fillet. After adding the chamfer, you can select the edges again and add the fillet. You can also add fillets to the sides. You will find these variations on my Thingiverse profile. The screws are self-tapping, so you can mount the handle anywhere on the metal frame. Now let's mount the handle. This is the variation I chose to use. I printed it out of PLA just to test its durability in the outside environment. I just realized that I could have used this handle and copied the design. I put the screws in the holes and I checked if they will match them. Now I will tighten the screws. I'm happy that I was able to fix one more thing in my home. That's all for today. Now have a nice day and see you in my next video.